Oh, I have so many eggs. Oh my god. Oh. All right, if you're here watching this, that is most likely because you just watched my clip of how many eggs I can get with my egg farm, which is more than 60 per minute. I'm going to put together this video of how to build it. Okay, so just really quick, an important note. When you're building this, you do need to make it pretty tall. The eggs need to end up in a position that they are more than 10 meters away from your egg laying chickens, so that those chickens are not counting those eggs. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 meters, and then you're going to want the chickens to be slightly above that 10-meter mark. All right, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. When you get past this fifth one and you're 10 meters up, put some kind of a 1 meter, either a 1 meter wall or a 1 meter post, so that you can build yourself a platform. Okay, so I wrapped it with 3 stone walls tall around the sides to ensure that I've got enough stability at the top. And then I'm just going to put in some temporary ladder work because you can decorate it however you want to. I just need to be able to get up into the room. All right, so you need to count the meters. So 1 block is 2 meters. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 meters is right here. We're going to go up to the 12th meter mark and we're going to put a 45-degree roof right here. The point is that you have this roof and it's going to have this opening here that is big enough for eggs, but not big enough for adult chickens. So you've got the slope in. You need to have something to catch the eggs so that they don't just come flying off like crazy. So you're going to put this wall in. I'm putting it at this closer point, and then I'm going to put in some more 45-degree thatching. Most of the eggs should hit this wall and just drop straight down, but this thatching is here in case any of them slow roll off the edge. They'll hit around here, and then they'll come down to this space. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, you hold shift to make sure that you can manually control it. And I'm going to put in a post sideways right here to help catch the eggs. Otherwise, they will spill out all over the floor. All right, so I took off some of the siding just so that I can show you what we're working with here. The big key here is that this is going to be the flooring that you're going to be standing on has to be basically cutting off at the halfway point of this slope, just like this. Okay, now with your makeshift stairs up or whatever your permanent stairs are, doesn't matter. You need to put in a door of some kind because we are going to need to grow some chickens up here before you push them into the machine. I am going to fully block off this building because I get raided a lot and I don't want my chickens in danger. So let's block this off and build a roof. Okay, once you've got your roofing built, we're going to do 2 things. We're going to, 1, I want you to just block off this so that they cannot get out, period. And then 2, for the sake of being able to come in and out of here, I like to block off my door space so that I don't have to worry about the chickens getting in or out. And then what you're going to do is 4 or 5. 4 fits easily. 5 chickens fits a little bit more painfully. You got to do a little bit to work with them. But get your 4 or 5 eggs and set them down in here, and then go outside and get a fire within 12 meters of this space. You can go check and make sure that your eggs are going to be considered warm. There they go. They're warm. And then we'll just wait for them to grow. And then I'll... Okay, so while I was waiting for the chickens to hatch and then grow, I actually went through and upgraded all of my walls to stone and just was decorating and stuff on stream while I was waiting for these guys to grow. Now that they're grown, we are going to get rid of this extra flooring here so that they can be stuck. They won't jump. But if they get the opportunity to climb over top of one another, they can walk on top of one another, and that will lead to them walking over and out. So what we want to do is get them stuck here in their confined spaces here. One thing I'm going to do right away is I'm going to use a 1 meter block on the side so that I can have a place to snap to this. You can take the full floor to cover them, and then I go and pop this in place so that the chickens are not gonna climb out even accidentally. So now the chickens realize that there is food here for them. These guys seem to not be able to reach, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this stack and I'm going to split it. Okay, so I'm not sure if it's a Valheim thing or part of the networking mod, but if you try and do split stacks next to one another, they will just auto stack, and then some of the chickens won't be able to reach. So bring 2 stacks or 2 different types of food to feed, whatever, and toss them in a way that they fall in front. Make sure that the chickens can reach. This one is still labeled as hungry, but they should be able to reach the food right here. There's kind of a sweet spot to aim for. There we go. So this is what I like to see, is for the food to be right in between both of the chickens, and then good to go. Then they can all eat. In my original design, I did put a 5th one. I didn't bother with that on this, but we may adjust with time. We'll see. Okay, now that the chickens have been fed, the only thing left to do is to wait for them to drop some eggs. All right, so we got our first 2 eggs, first 3 eggs actually. We are gonna let the hens keep doing their work, and we can check back on this in an hour and see how much it produces. Okay, it's been an hour. Okay, we ended up with 70 eggs in an hour and 5 minutes. 71 eggs.